Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm roasting one person from every country in the world in a random order. Today I'll be roasting former president of Iraq and a man whose beret made him look like a particularly artsy casino owner, Saddam Hussein. Saddam's first notable political action was his participation in the attempted assassination of Iraqi Prime Minister Abdul Karim Qasim, which is a near-complete failure and led to Saddam fleeing the country and living in exile for years. I'm not surprised that Saddam started out as a failure. I am a little surprised that he started out as a failure who didn't even kill anyone. Saddam eventually made his way back to Iraq, where he wasn't a key part of the Ba'athist coup that brought his party to power, but where he was entrusted with purging the government of officials who had been essential to the coup but weren't loyal to the party afterwards. Complex political operations require everyone to play to their strengths, and everyone knew that Saddam's strength was betraying those who thought they could trust him. Saddam took total control of Iraq in 1979 and invaded neighboring Iran the next year with the support of the United States. I know desperate times call for desperate measures, but I just think you have to draw a line somewhere, and no matter how worried you are about post-revolution Iran, you just can't justify working with Ronald Reagan. During the Iran-Iraq War, Saddam used chemical weapons extensively, eventually poisoning over 100,000 people and frequently targeting civilians. Chemical weapons are considered especially heinous because they can't be precisely aimed, meaning it's almost impossible to avoid civilian casualties, although for Saddam, of course, it was almost impossible to avoid civilian casualties because he was trying to cause civilian casualties. Saddam carried out the largest chemical attack on a civilian area in human history when he deployed mustard gas against the Kurdish village of Halabja, which killed about 5,000 people, and was motivated in part by the idea that Kurdish civilians were disloyal to Iraq and aiding Iran. Say what you will about Saddam, but you have to admire his brilliant strategy. Nothing makes a group more loyal than targeting them in the largest chemical attack on a civilian area in human history. The Halabja massacre was a part of a larger genocidal campaign of violence against the Kurds by Saddam, which came in the context of Saddam's multi-decade reign defined by torture, political repression, and state violence against ethnic and religious minorities. The 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq was a foreign policy and humanitarian disaster which will have horrific ramifications for decades to come, and Saddam was so evil, he almost made it seem like it might make sense. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who to roast from your country, and join me next time when I'll be roasting former Bulgarian Prime Minister and a man who always looks like he's about one loss away from being fired as the coach of a soccer team that barely exists, Boyko Borisov.